So while I don't think anybody was fooled to the fact that Jude Law was actually not going to be a full-on hero in the upcoming Captain Marvel, now we actually know who he's going to be playing, his identity, and what this means for the film. So let's talk about it. So from the moment Jude Law was cast, we were like, okay, clearly he's Captain Mar-vell, even though they never really confirmed it to us. And just by looking at the teaser trailer, we can kind of gather that the evidence is all there that he is going to be playing Captain Mar-vell. Now, of course, you know, when it comes to Captain Marvel, the film, and the character herself, they've said that they want to change elements of what's come in the comics because there's too many similarities to what came before, naturally, with the Green Lantern. And not only that, they've also done this in the comics recently, like twice in the last 5 years, if I remember correctly, they've went back and retconned some stuff. So Captain Mar-vell being one of the main focuses of her origin is probably going to be changed. Now, some brand new Pop Funkos have leaked, which have since actually been removed and retitled, but they spoil. Let's just get to that. They spoil exactly who he is, and he's going to be a very important Captain Marvel character called Yon-Rogg. Now, this character, honestly, I read a very little bit Captain Marvel. As most of you know if you follow this channel, I'm not a fan of Marvel characters that go grandiose and like super, and they're like, you know, these giant, like almost like Superman, right? I'm not the biggest fan of that. I like the more street level, more humanizing characters, but I've read a decent amount of Captain Marvel, and honestly, from what I can remember, I know he's a bad guy. I know he's tasked with Earth being one of his, like, domains, sort of like the Green Lantern, to look over and protect. And I know he's very much a jealous character, and he doesn't agree with what Captain Mar-vell does. But honestly, in my opinion, I think what Marvel Studios is doing here is they're doing what they do best. They're looking at a character that they don't necessarily want to transfer over and translate one-to-one and going, we should make this an amalgam of two different characters. So I think what we're gonna get is Jude Law playing Captain Mar-vell and playing Yon, but at the same time they're gonna merge them into one character, kind of like how they did with Whiplash, kind of how they did with Baron Zemo. They used different elements to come up with their own version for the cinematic universe. And honestly, I'm fine with this. I don't think there's anybody out there that has such a huge connection to Captain Mar-vell that they're going to throw a fit. I mean, there's probably like 3 of you out there that are going to flip out, but realistically, I love it when comic book movies do this, from Marvel to DC to the Fox to Sony's, because I don't need a direct translation of something. An adaptation is alright, but if you can make it your own and give it your own voice, then to me personally, I think that works better.